Yo, what is good, y'all? It's your boy Ty back here with another video, guys. In this video today, I am going to be doing an IRL small forward tier list with my brother Nate. Now, I know we've been getting a little heat for kind of our opinions, but remember, this isn't an opinionated list on our specific opinions from our basketball knowledge. Nate, watches a little bit more NBA than me, I would say, but I still think of myself, as a pretty smart basketball brain. So, guys, I personally like doing these. I know Nate likes doing these as well. So, without further ado, let's hop right into it. All right, guys, so we are here. We got S through F. S obviously being the best of the best. Probably 2, 3, 4, 5 probably max, guys, S tier, then all the way down through F. So my first guy is Harrison Barnes here. And I mean, honestly, I don't personally mind Harrison Barnes. I think he's a serviceable player in the NBA. What's your kind of take on Nate, or on Harrison, Nate?
I've always considered Harrison Barnes, to me, he's always been kind of like a poor man's Andrew Wiggins, and I don't like Andrew Wiggins.
Oh.
So
I don't like that comparison. I don't like that comparison.
What?
And
how do you not like that comparison?
Why. Harrison Barnes is a much better shooter than Andrew Wiggins.
I mean, yeah, I guess.
I mean, he's a good 3-point shooter.
You're right.
Say whatever you want about him. He's
a better shooter.
He's a good shooter.
My whole thing is neither of them are good defenders, and neither of them do anything else except score the basketball.
I mean, I guess, but I still don't, listen.
What is Harrison Barnes doing for you on the basketball court besides for?
But all I'm going to say is there's a reason he plays a ton of minutes no matter where he's at. I get Sacramento's not good, but he's averaging probably the second most minutes on the Kings' whole roster. Playing a lot of minutes. I mean, obviously, he doesn't do much on the basketball court. But I don't know. I don't mind Harrison Barnes.
Where do you have him?
I have him at C.
I have him at D. I'll move him up to C, but we can adjust it.
Definitely. Who is this next guy?
You don't know who that is? My man's got traded. That's Mo Harkless.
Oh.
I'm not going to lie, bro. I'm not going to lie. Harkless isn't bad, but I think there's really only one place. I mean, I don't know.
F?
He's not bad. Like, he's bad, but he's not bad.
It's Mo
bad.
Harkless,
like, that's just
Nate. Like,
you're right. It is Mo Harkless.
Like,
yeah. He's F. He's F. F.
It's Mo.
He's not a bad player. I just want it to be known he's not a bad player, though.
I mean, I'm not a fan of Mo Harkless. I mean, I don't know what I could say. I mean, he's F. I don't know what I could say.
Avery Bradley. I mean, I think we forgot to mention, like, some of these guys are guys that you're either not playing right now, or like the list isn't completely accurate, and some of them will be like duplicates that we had in the shooting guard list, but this is the best one that we could find.
C? I don't know.
I don't think he's a C. He might be a C.
Better or worse? I don't know where to put him. I truly don't know where to put Avery Bradley.
Is he better than Danny Green? Do you think he's better than Danny Green? Do you think they're on a similar level? Or do you think he's worse than Danny Green?
I would say pretty similar.
I'd say so too.
I think Danny Green's obviously a better shooter. Avery Bradley's he's an incredible defender, though. Avery Bradley is absolutely incredible on the defensive end.
Put him C or D?
I'm fine either way. I'm definitely fine either way.
I'll put him in C. I don't think I can put him below Harrison Barnes. I'm not gonna lie.
This next guy's tough.
Avery Bradley can fill it up a little bit too if you need him to.
He used to. In his prime, he definitely did. Jonathan Isaac, man. Prayers out to Jonathan Isaac, man. I feel so bad for this guy, bro. Like, I do
too. He can't. He just.
And it's a tough guy to rank. It truly is. I don't know where to put him.
The fact that he got hurt again is so sad, bro. Because he was really starting to put it together this season, especially.
I think where he was at, I think B is where I have him. I don't know though.
I think B's right.
It's like he could be so good if he could stay healthy, but I feel so bad for the man.
He could be good, but regardless of how he's played this season, he's still a B. And he's a good player, but he's just a B. Like, and B's like above average, so don't
definitely he's good.
Really good players on this list.
Who is this?
This is Finney Smith.
Finney Smith.
Imagine Hardaway.
He wasn't on our shooting guard list, was he?
I think they had DeLon Wright on there.
I was gonna say I didn't see it, but Finney Smith's not bad.
Bro, Finney Smith's super solid.
Like,
But
he is definitely solid, but it's like
here's the dilemma I have. Like, in my opinion, Finney Smith's better than Harrison Barnes. But
and I'm not gonna disagree with you at all. I'm not gonna disagree. This year he has been better. Last year I would have said no way. But this year he's been solid. But has he been, Jonathan Isaac level? I don't know.
No, I don't think he's that good. I think he's a C tier player.
That's where I have him.
He's on the higher end of my C tier just because of the role he can fill out on a team. He's an extremely good and versatile. Defender.
That's the biggest thing. He's so versatile.
Who's a good 3-point, like a guy with his length and athleticism who can shoot the ball. He does everything on the basketball court.
Absolutely.
Except make plays, and he doesn't need to make plays. So.
They got Luka. Yeah, he just needs to sit there and knock down shots.
I think Isaac's a little bit better defender though. At the same time, when he's healthy,
he is definitely. Next guy here, Joe Harris. Looking at the stats, I mean, man can fill it up. Man can.
He's a really good shooter.
And it's like guys like this just demand so much attention. Maybe I have him a little too high. I like Joe Harris. I
Where do you have him?
I had him at B. I can move him to C, but I don't know, man.
I think he's a liability on defense. I don't care. He's a liability on defense.
He is, but is Duncan Robinson a liability on defense?
Yes, but Duncan Robinson's he's like, I don't know, man. I think Duncan Robinson gives you more on the offense.
I think he does, but I think they play very similar roles. I think if you look at the stats, Joe Harris averaging 14 points, shooting about 45% over the last 2 seasons. That's good.
Yeah, but I think but defensively I think he's on a Finney Smith level, not an Isaac level.
It's hard to compare because we haven't seen a guy like Joe Harris on this list yet. I'm fine with C, but I think he's that B or C range. He in my opinion, he's probably the best player at C, but that's my opinion.
Let's keep him in C, and then we can adjust because I think we're gonna start moving away from the C tier. I'm just looking at what we got coming up.
Will the thrill?
I know where I want to put Barton. Do you know where you want to put Barton?
B.
B. I think Barton's an easy B. Just a guy. I know he can drive a lot of Nuggets fans insane at times, but at the end of the day, he can really do everything on the basketball court, and he's a fairly efficient player.
Here's what I'm gonna say about Will the thrill.
Not a bad defender.
I would absolutely love him on the Timberwolves. I would. I mean, he just brings that. I don't know what it is about him, but I love watching Will Barton play. He plays, and he could just go get you, 10 straight points just like that. I don't know. I like Will Barton a lot, and I feel like it's just part of that Nuggets rotation. I mean, obviously he's been hurt lately, hasn't been playing, but he's been good for the last 5 seasons. He's been pretty consistent.
Well, Bart, yeah, he's just you're right. He's a guy. I would be interested to see what he would do on I don't know. I feel like anyone on the Nuggets team, I'd just be curious what they do if they went to a different team.
On a lesser team,
I don't
definitely.
know. It's such a team oriented team, and that's not a bad thing at all. But it's just I would just be curious to see if it's how they would be on a different team, just because you know what you're gonna get from all those guys on a nightly basis.
Definitely, it's like.
So many different guys.
When they all get healthy, right? Gary Harris gets healthy, Will Barton. What's going to happen to their whole rotation?
What's going to happen to Michael Porter?
That's what I'm saying. People are going to have to take minute, cuts. Torrey Craig might not even be in the rotation when it's all said and done. Right. It's going to be interesting.
Might be down to 15 minutes.
Because then they still got Millsap, Jeremy Grant. It's going to be I don't want to say it's going to be a mess. It's going to be a good mess. But
the good thing for them, though, is they have Millsap expiring, and there's no reason for them to bring him back.
Yeah, that is true. That's one guy they do not need.
Not that he's a bad player, but they're just so, I don't know, man.
Where do you put this next guy? I mean,
I know where I want to put him.
What are you going to do?
I know where I want to put him.
Where are you going to put him?
I know exactly. He's A tier now. I don't care what anyone says, bro. The way he's been playing lately, he's an A tier player. He's the leading scorer. He's averaging 20 and 9 on a very, very good team. He's efficient. He's easy A for me.
I mean, the thing
especially
is,
with how he's playing recently.
This whole year he's been good.
He's a step above Will Barton, and it's crazy because Phoenix gave him up for chips and dip. But
But even if you look over the course of his career, even last year, he wasn't scoring wise. Just on the offensive side, he wasn't bad. He's an efficient scorer.
He's always been a good scorer.
He's such an efficient scorer this year.
I was listening because obviously I haven't really followed TJ Warren most of his career because he's been in Phoenix. Like, I've known about him. Obviously, I know what type of player he was. And they said the biggest difference. I was watching the Phoenix broadcast when they were playing Indiana, and they said the biggest difference was been TJ Warren's 3-point shot, because they said in Phoenix he never wanted to shoot the three, and he was always reluctant to. He would always just try to create a mid-range shot out of it, and now he's comfortable shooting the three. And I mean, this year he's shooting over 40% from. I mean, do you have his stats up?
Yeah, so last year he shot 42. This year he's shooting 40. But previously,
look at the difference.
Previous to those 2 years, it was in the 22, 23s, and he's only attempting 1 to 2. Now he's attempting 3 to 4. And yeah, I'm fine with him at A tier. He's been incredible, man.
I think he's an easy A too. I mean, this is Svi here.
You got Svi next. I had Brandon Ingram.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Svi was on my. Bro, when you pull up a tier list with the Pistons, you have no idea who's going to be in any position because they just use so many different lineup combinations all year.
I mean, is there a question?
No, Svi's an F.
I mean,
he's not a bad player. He can be a good player. I mean, at the end of the day, these are all starters, or one point they've started. I mean, I don't know.
Look, you know what Svi's going to do for you. I mean, he's young, but he's not there. Do you got Brandon Ingram anywhere? Who do you got next?
Yeah, Ingram.
All right. Let's go to Ingram next.
He's tough for me. He's very, 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 very tough for me. And maybe he's not tough for you, but he's tough for me.
I think I know where I want to put him, but I don't know. And I'm going to explain. I think he's in between 2 tiers, and I'm going to explain why.
He definitely is. And this is where the dilemma comes in, because here's why there's a dilemma, right? Because if we're talking S tier, there's one guy on this list that is S tier compared to every other player, obviously, and that's Kawhi Leonard, who we'll get to later. But you obviously know where he's gonna go. But that being said, I think Ingram's S tier with just looking who else we have on this list.
Okay, before we say he's S tier, I'm gonna bring something up. Even with the Pelicans having all the injuries they had this year, they're healthy now. Why are they still struggling?
They were playing better.
Why are they still struggling in the bubble? I mean, it doesn't look like anybody even wants to play. I watched them against... Who did they play today? They played the Spurs. They don't play
a lick of defense.
They played the Spurs. They got down 13-2. Everybody... I don't even know who their coach is. Alvin Gentry. I don't know. Calls a timeout. They walk over there. Nobody looks like they want to be there. And I don't know if it's their environment, what it is... But it's like Zion, when he's healthy, is so good. There's no doubting Zion. He's absolutely incredible. In my opinion, the best. This might be a little overstepping my boundaries, but the best player for the Pelicans per minute. Lonzo Ball, I think is better than people give him credit for. I don't know. The Pelicans are just a mess, and that's why I don't think I can go S tier. I don't think it's even a question. I really don't.
But here's the thing, Ty. I don't disagree. He's in between, but look at who we have on the list, and who are you gonna put above him?
I don't know if we'll have more than one S tier, Nate. I don't.
There's another guy I want to put in S. No, but I'm just saying, bro. Brandon Ingram is such an offensive talent.
Okay, let me ask you this: going into next season, would you rather have? Okay, not going into next season because we know Brandon Ingram's gonna improve, and who knows about TJ Warren. Let's say for the rest of this season, who would you rather have? TJ Warren or Brandon Ingram?
Brandon Ingram, bro. That's not even a fair question.
I'm just saying.
It's a fair question. It's close. It's close, bro.
I think if one goes up, the other has to go up. And here's why I say that: TJ Warren's more efficient.
All right, you're right. I'll put Ingram in A.
I'm gonna say this: the biggest difference between these 2 players, the biggest difference is Brandon Ingram averages 4 assists. TJ Warren averages like 1.5. TJ Warren's not a good playmaker, but I can't separate the 2. I really can't.
I think TJ Warren's a little bit better defender. I don't think either of them are very good defenders. Bro, terrible, the whole Pelicans, I just think it's defensively they're just. Man, I don't know, man. But you, at the same time, you got to realize where you love Drew Holiday, and Drew Holiday's in the same boat as Brandon Ingram.
In the same boat as what?
As I don't know why they aren't winning if they're with the team they have. Not they're healthy.
You're right, but the thing is, here's the difference for me, at least. Drew Holiday's done it for a ton of time. Brandon Ingram was with the Lakers. That was just without LeBron a mess. But there's no doubt Brandon Ingram did what he needed to do last year. But Brandon Ingram's still young, and that's the biggest difference. He's known to not be a good defender, whereas Drew Holiday's known to be a good defender. I don't personally think Drew Holiday is any of the Pelicans' problems. But that's just my opinion from what I've watched. But the Pelicans are just a mess as a whole. I don't know what their problem is. I truly don't.
Their problem's defense, but I don't know how they're gonna fix it, bro. Maybe they need a rim protector because Derek Favors really isn't that. I don't know, man. Zion's not a good defender.
They're giving up 140 points a game.
They also play at a high pace, so that's part of it.
That they do. Levine, I don't have. Oh, I do have a little bit of question.
And Levine was on shooting guard. Now I remember where we put him on shooting guard, but we're comparing him to small forwards now. And Ingram
Who is
Levine's
the Bulls' small forward?
Who is the ball small forward? Small forward?
Is it Levine? I don't know.
I mean, they have Otto Porter. I think he's been hurt, so that's probably why they put him on.
You got A tier again?
Yeah, he's an easy A.
I mean, I just can't separate any of those guys at A tier. I'm sorry, I just truly can't. Moving on to OG Anunoby. It's a tough one for me. This one
not for me.
This one's
OG's easy for me.
You're saying easy. He's a tough one for me.
Why is he a tough one?
With that being said, he's B tier.
He is B tier, and he's an easy B tier. What he gives Toronto on a nightly basis, he's a step above the Finney Smiths, the Bradleys of the world in terms of being a 3-and-D guy.
And he is just, the thing is, versatility wise, compared to at least a Bradley, he's so versatile. And I just think he's a step above Finney Smith in what he's gonna give you on the offensive end as well.
No, he definitely is.
So I think B tier is exactly where he belongs. Daniel House.
I know where I want to put him.
Gosh.
Maybe you're different than me.
Look, the Rockets players are tough for me.
The Rockets.
Where do you have
weird
him?
guys?
Where do you have him?
Rockets guys are very, very weird. I have him in D.
That's where I was leading, but I was like, is he really D tier?
He might be F. He really might be. But
F?
I think he's improved. Yeah.
I guess.
Why?
You're right. Well, I always thought he was, a knockdown shooter, and last year he was, but he's only shooting 37% this year.
But he's not a very good defender. He's not a bad defender.
He's an improved defender. He's improved.
Yes. But he's still not a very good defender.
It's just if you look at the Rockets roster, it's not.
I love
good.
the Rockets roster.
It's not.
No,
good,
I
though.
love the Rockets roster.
But you got to realize they got House playing as many minutes as ever. They got McLemore playing a ton of minutes, and I get part of it's because Eric Gordon's out, Russ is out. But it's like, if you got Daniel House playing 30+ minutes in the playoffs, boy, oh boy. But then you look at the Lakers roster. I mean, every team has that though, so I shouldn't even be saying every team has it. Even the Clippers have, every team's gonna have that. But yeah, I'm gonna keep Daniel House in D for now.
Were you considering C?
I was for a little bit, but
No.
Then I pulled up the stats.
He's not C. Bro, you can't base everything on stats. Though,
I know, but that's why I didn't pull up the stats as well. Because at the eye test, recently he's been playing a lot of minutes, and stuff like that. So
the thing about Daniel House is how much better is he than a Ben McLemore type player? If he is even better, I don't know. He's like, I feel like they're all in the same boat. After you get after PJ Tucker,
I'm gonna let you take this next guy. Because here's one thing I would say: I do not watch a lot of the Spurs, and I did not watch a lot of him in Toronto. So I'm gonna let you lead the way.
No, bro. I think we were talking about it the other day. I feel like the Spurs are like the least watched team in the NBA for not being like that bad. Even like last year, and every single year before that.
It's just they're not exciting. They're
not.
And here's a guy. Here's
DeRozan's having a very good season.
He is. There's nothing wrong with it. But here's the thing that is crazy about DeRozan's game. Over the past 2 seasons, he's averaging shooting 0.5 threes per game on about 20% shooting, and he's still doing his thing. But I will say this is by far the most effective year he's ever had.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not even close. It's not even close.
DeRozan's just such a weird player. He's such an anomaly in the NBA. It's just
where do you have
crazy,
him?
but
I don't know. A?
I have him in A.
I
think
just
he's an easy A too.
I don't think
I mean, look at the guys we have at B. He's not S. Look at the guys we have at B too.
Yeah, I mean, I just feel like
He's
DeRozan's not a guy I would want on my team. For whatever reason, the way the NBA is, man. The way the NBA is, man, is tough. Oubre, I need to pull up Kelly Oubre's stats. I do before I pull him somewhere. I need to see what he's doing.
I know where I have Oubre. Oubre was easy for me. No way. No, what?
You have him in B? What is he doing?
Yeah. He's the second best. Or no, he's not.
No, he's not.
What do you mean? What is he doing?
No, he's not.
Yeah, I know. I changed it, bro.
No,
relax. I said never mind, and you're coming out and attacking me.
I'm just saying.
He's a good scorer.
That's it.
And he's a decent defender.
An inefficient scorer.
He's a decent defender and a good scorer.
You haven't been C?
I feel like he scores the ball better than a lot of these guys in C tier. With some of the guys,
does, but I think
he's.
Who are you taking, Joe Harris or him?
Oubre.
I disagree, but that's just our opinions. Oubre. I'll say this: Oubre is a more flashy offensive player. He's gonna give you more, but the way Joe Harris could just light it up shooting wise, and I mean Oubre can too, but more consistently, Joe Harris, is absolutely incredible on the offensive end. I don't know about Kelly Oubre. I truly don't know about him. Over the course,
Oubre's a better defender.
He is, but over the course of his career, he's not been a good shooter.
Okay, well, I'm going off of where he's at right now in his career. He's 24. He's developing. He's developed his whole career.
Yes, you're right. You're right. But I'm just saying this year is his best year by far, shooting 35% from three. I don't think we can go B. I don't.
So you think he's C still?
Absolutely. I'm taking everybody at B every day of the week over Kelly Oubre.
He's been hurt for a while too.
Throughout the course of his career, look at the year before this. I mean, he didn't even play like any last year. I guess he played a little bit, but
you're right.
This is the first year he's gotten starters.
So you think he's C? You think he's on Avery Bradley and Harrison Barnes' level?
Absolutely.
Oh my, you're actually stupid.
Kelly Oubre, how do you think he is better than that?
Look, he's the worst player in B, but he's by far better.
Here's what I'm going to say. I'm not going to say the Phoenix Suns are better without Kelly Oubre, but I am going to say they're 4-0 on the bubble without Kelly Oubre. I think Mikal Bridges gives you more than Kelly Oubre.
You need to stop, bro.
What am I saying that's wrong? Why is Bridges not giving you more than Kelly Oubre?
The only reason you're saying that is because they're 4-0. That's the only reason you're saying that.
I love Mikal Bridges. I love Mikal Bridges.
The only thing is he's a better defender.
Way better defender. Almost just as good of a shooter.
No, he's not.
They're 1 percentage point apart.
He's not a better shooter.
Almost just as good of a shooter. You're saying Kelly Oubre is a shooter compared to Joe Harris. And Joe Harris is shooting almost 10 percentage points better. Or 6, I think, is this year.
It's not all about stats, bro. Who takes tougher shots?
But the thing is, I've never valued tough shots. Who has to create more? But
what do you mean tough shots?
But the Phoenix Suns have 2 dominant ball handlers in Ricky Rubio and Devin Booker.
Okay.
So it's not like Kelly Oubre has to create that much for the Phoenix Suns.
Yes, you need more than 2 playmakers. Every team has 3 playmakers. Look at the Rockets. They have 3. Look at the Lakers. They have 3.
They don't have 3 at the same court on the court at the same time.
They don't need them on the court at the same time.
I'm just saying
most of the time your 3 playmakers aren't going to be at the court at the same time. Look at the Clippers. They have 3.
I mean, I guess. I guess it's just different because
the Bucks have 3 main playmakers.
Who?
Every good team.
Who do the Bucks?
The Bucks? They have Bledsoe, they have Middleton, and they have Giannis.
Yeah, you're right. I don't know. I'm not that high on Kelly Oubre. I guess I'll move it. I don't like Kelly Oubre. I'm taking everybody at B besides Kelly Oubre 9 out of 9 times. But
B.
I guess I'll move him up.
Yes, sir.
To me, absolutely not. You know, here's the thing. I know I talk a lot about this. Devin Booker was what to you, Nate? S tier?
I think
Isn't
so.
that where I think you put Devin Booker in S tier? Where was Rubio?
Yeah, I think so.
Rubio is probably an average point guard. So if you have an average point guard, S tier shooting guard, and a B tier small forward, and an A tier probably big man, look.
Ayton has barely played.
Look, all I'm saying. All I'm saying. Ayton's played over half the games.
Both out. Baines and Ayton were both out.
Ayton's played. Yeah, but they were good without Ayton. What do you mean? They started out the year, right, and Ayton wasn't playing, and they were doing incredible. Then Ayton came back, and they started struggling. And I'm not saying it's because of Ayton, but I'm just, look, I don't know. Who is this guy? Dort? Oh, good Lord.
Dort's easy for me.
D or F?
He's F.
I mean, he's been playing good lately, but I don't think
he's a good defender, but he's a decent. He's a good defender, but offensively, he's too much of a liability.
Is he a rookie this year?
Yeah. He's from Arizona State, bro, and he is like people at team are just leaving him wide open, and he still can't shoot. He's still, bro. He's
I don't know.
I think he could be a good player, but right now he's F.
A Kogi, I mean.
Jo.
D maybe. I do. Look.
I have Jo and D. He's close to being C. I think though.
The thing is,
I just feel like he's a step down from Finney Smith, and you know he might be a better defender than all these guys, and even the Avery Bradleys of the world. Offensively, he's still a big liability.
If you're gonna shoot 27% from 3, it's tough.
Right. It's very tough.
Personally, Nate, my personal opinion, I think he's closer to F right now than C. That's my personal opinion, and I love Jo, but offensively, he is so limited.
But he look at the guys in F though. He's a lot better than all of those guys.
Yeah, he is right now. He is. Ariza, I mean,
you got to look at more than just. I mean,
I know you have to look at more than stats because of how good he is on defense, and I mean he's doing his thing on defense. Ariza, I need to pull. Ariza's always been
solid,
and the thing is, he's just been always just a perfect piece for teams. You know, always.
Yeah.
I mean, even for the Trailblazers, he was perfect. He was perfect for them.
That was a good move. That was a good move for Portland to do.
I have him in C. Where do you got him?
I have him in C. Yeah, C's right for him. I feel like, yeah. I mean, the thing is, Bradley, Finney Smith, and Ariza are all like different players, but they're all like similar players at the same time. Kind of their own little 3-and-D niche.
They are definitely,
but they're all different at the same time.
I'm gonna let you lead this next guy.
I know. Andrew for me is an easy C. With where he's at right now, you know, he's such a weird player. He's such a weird player.
Until you watch Andrew Wiggins on a nightly basis, it's tough, man. It's tough because he can go off for 50. He can look incredible, and the next night, you know, he shoots 6 of 19. The next night, 4 of 18. It's like he is so not fun to have on your team.
He is literally my least favorite player in the NBA, probably. No, Jeff Teague is. He's my second least favorite player in the NBA.
I don't know what
if Golden State can't figure him out, no one else will.
I don't know what I can say, man. His scoring numbers are up there for a reason, and that's because he took a ton of shots. Tobias, he's been doing his thing recently. Toby is good, man.
He's solid. He's B. Right?
Look, I'll say this.
Wait, where'd you have him?
Borderline A.
Bro, I know Sixers fans that hate this guy.
I think you're right, but
look who we have in A, though. He's not as good as any of those guys.
I don't think he's quite as good, but I think he's close. I think he's the best player at B tier.
I could agree with that. Maybe.
I think he's closer. I'll say this.
I think I agree with that.
I think he's closer to DeRozan than Kelly Oubre.
Okay, but I don't know about that. Put some bro. No one respects DeRozan. That's the thing. No one respects DeRozan at all.
I would not like DeRozan. Ew, Bonga.
Bonga's F, bro.
He's bad.
Bonga's not bad. He's pretty bad, bro.
Jetty Osman's not that bad.
Jetty
D.
Jetty Osman is not that good.
He's not that bad though, is he?
Yeah, I think he's pretty bad. He's a.
I don't think
he's okay. He's okay. He's not.
I think he's D.
He's in the same tier as a Kobe.
I think he's D.
In Daniel House. Yeah, he's a step above all the guys in F for sure.
Let me look something up before we get.
I just didn't know where you were going with him for a second there.
No. I do like him though. Gordon Hayward. He's been a good comeback player. He surprised me a little bit this year.
Gordon Hayward's been really, really good.
He has surprised me this year.
Really, really good.
Especially after last year, I didn't know kind of what to expect. But he's been good. A tier, I think, this year.
Really? You think A tier? I had him in B, but I had him in the best as the best player.
You know, but it's just like I think he gives you more than. Look, I don't know though. I think he's either the best player in B tier or the worst player in A tier.
So I guess that's the question. Is he closer to Tobias Harris or DeMar DeRozan? And I think it's Tobias Harris.
You know, I think you're right. It's just
he's had such a good season though, and I'm happy he has too.
I'll be the first to admit I was wrong about Gordon Hayward. I'll put him in B tier, but I like Gordon Hayward a lot. I really do. If there's one Celtics player I like, it's Gordon Hayward. It really is. Okay,
about time to like the Celtics player.
Hold up. Does Jason Tatum start at the 4 for them?
Yeah.
I was wondering that. Kawhi.
I think so.
Kawhi,
I'm pretty sure he counts as before.
No question.
Everyone just kind of runs wings. Like I don't even know what you count as the Timberwolves. A lot of the time. Like, do you count Jo as the 2 or do you count Malik as the 2?
That's true.
That's just the way you look at it.
Kawhi S tier, no doubt.
Kawhi is S. He's gonna be. Okay. I'm not gonna get too far ahead of myself. Next guy's easy.
Kyle Anderson.
Slow-mo.
Where do you have him?
I have him in F.
I was gonna say, will you? That's where I was putting him, and then you're like slow-mo, and I was like, whoa. Is he like?
Slow-mo's awful, bro.
He's not awful,
bro. He's bad.
He's not that bad.
I don't know. If he was on my team, he'd be one of the guys that makes me mad.
Yeah, but he's not that bad.
When he attacks the basket, I don't know,
he's disgusting to watch, but he's not that bad.
Bro, he's so like he gets some shots to go like I don't even know, man.
DeAndre Hunter.
All right. Hunter's easy for me.
D?
No, I think he's F.
You think he's worse?
That's where he's at this point in his career.
Bad?
At this point of his career, yes.
He's been bad this year. He definitely hasn't been
I like DeAndre Hunter too.
It's just like
don't get it twisted. I just think he's F. I think he's the best player in F right now, but I still think he's F. Do you think he's D?
No, I think it's close. I don't know. I like DeAndre Hunter's potential, but
I like him as a player too.
Here's the thing: it's like I like him and Cam Reddish both, but it's like they both weren't good this year. We got Duncan Robinson again.
Yep.
Where was he at last time? B. I'm fine with him.
He was in B, and I'm fine with him in B. Yeah, definitely. He's definitely look at the guys.
He's not Toby's level, but
he's literally he's had like one of the best shooting seasons in NBA history.
Miles Bridges. Let me look something up quick.
It's crazy. Bridges is easy for me.
I need to look something up before I get too ahead of myself. D. Hello? Where do you have him?
I have him in D.
Oh, yeah, okay. I just wanted to make sure that we were on the same
page.
He's
like, I don't even know, man.
Because you paused for a second, and I was like,
I think what happened to Bridges is he just got stuck in a bad situation.
I mean that's with the Hornets though, man. I mean
yeah, exactly. And I don't think he's a D tier player either. Like I'm just like where he's at right now, he's the D tier, but I think he can be better than D tier.
And the thing is he's young too. I mean, the Hornets as a whole are young, though. I mean, the guards, at least. With,
the way he plays
Graham
basketball is just bad too, Bridges. He's just not like
yeah, he's
I
not.
don't know,
He's
man.
not very. He's not a very,
And a lot of it just has to do with the situation he's in. He's not a very good defender. He's not a very efficient scorer, and he doesn't do anything else on the court. Like, what is he giving you on a nightly basis? He's mostly just gonna just be a chuck at times,
Definitely.
which I don't know, man.
Now this next guy is interesting to me.
He's easy for me.
I mean, I think he's easy for me, but he's interesting because of how good he's been this year. He's B to me, but he's been very good this year. Like,
he's definitely been
good.
Good.
When you're looking at 50, 40, 90 players, he's close.
Then that's crazy, bro. He's been like the Jazz have needed him this year too.
Yeah, I shouldn't say he's close. He's not close
he's
because of how many threes he takes, but he is a 40-90 player, 40% from 3 and 90% from the free throw line.
Right. He's just he like if he was a good defender, he'd be A tier.
I like him. I think he's a big part of the Jazz success. I truly do.
If you look at the players in B tier, he's the best offensive player in B tier. But he's also the worst defender in Duncan might be worse. But
I think him and Gordon Hayward, they're not the same player,
I think both
both of them, are they kind of give you the same thing.
They're similar players. Hayward's a little bit better at Hayward's a lot better defender though.
And he's not a good defender. This next guy,
this guy's easy now.
Easy.
Yeah. I think he's easy.
Look, how are you gonna say this guy is easy?
I'm gonna explain why it's easy. I'm gonna explain why it's easy to me really quick. The reason it's easy for me is because I look at the guys in A tier, and I look at Kawhi Leonard in S, and I think I know where he.
But it's like
he falls more.
It's like to me, he's not comparable to either of them.
He's not because, but here's the thing: how much better is a Chris Middleton than a Ingram or a Levine or
I
a
think
Warren?
a lot better.
How much worse is he compared to Kawhi Leonard?
I get where you're coming from, but then it's tough because then you look at any position, you have people, let's say we go to point guards. Who do we have at S tier with LeBron?
You're right.
LeBron's a level of his own.
S-tier, so now it's just like, I don't know, man. I feel wrong if I put Middleton and Kawhi in S and then I don't know. It just looks better. I feel like if it's an A, I think it fits more. I think the puzzle pieces just fit more.
Listen.
And I love Chris Middleton, and I'll agree he's the best player in A.
So how would you rank your A tier players?
Middleton, Ingram, Levine, Warren, DeRozan. Nah, maybe DeRozan, Warren. I don't know, man. And Warren's so tough because he's just turned it on as of late. So it's tough for me with Warren. I'd rank Warren above DeRozan.
I definitely think Middleton.
Which is really it's really weird to say that Warren's I would take
it's crazy
Warren over DeMar DeRozan.
Didn't Phoenix give him up for just nothing basically?
Yeah, they traded him for nothing.
Literally just nothing. But
I think that they just wanted to clear up cap space so they could sign someone, I believe, but I don't remember who it was.
Probably I don't know who it was. Rubio. I don't know who else they brought in. Oubre maybe. I don't know.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, they traded him for cash consideration.
But it's like I think the levels here were good. I do think the top. I think there's a defined top 3 at B tier with Hayward, Harris, and Bojan. Do you agree?
Yeah, I agree.
And I do think Oubre is close to being C tier, but other than that, I do think this is a pretty good list. Is there anything like if there's one guy that do you think we missed on anybody or I missed on anybody you'd like up or down a little bit, or is this kind of good with you?
This looks pretty good to me. At the same time, when you look at this, you're like, oh, this guy's better than this guy. But what you got to realize is we're considering like the type of role that they fit into on the team too, because like if you take a guy like Jonathan Isaac, he's gonna fit. If you just took a healthy Jonathan Isaac, he's gonna fit a Lakers team better than a Bogdanovich would. But if you put Bogdanovich on a bad team, he's probably gonna fit better than Isaac would. It's kind of have to do more offensively.
It's kind of comparing, let's say, like Wiggins, was with like let's say the worst team in the NBA compared to OG and Anunoby with the worst team in the NBA, and it's like you just got to compare their kind of fits. So you're exactly right.
Exactly.
So. Yep, that's going to wrap it up for the video today, guys. I hope you guys did enjoy it. I know I enjoyed doing this, and I know Nate does as well. So make sure to comment your thoughts down below. Who did we miss on? Who should have been higher, lower? Let us know, guys. I hope you guys did enjoy it. Drop a like on the video. Subscribe if you are new. And as always, man, I love y'all, and have a blessed day.